Hey guys, Charlie from Swift Contractors Corner. Hey, we're just having a quick little video. There's been a lot of talk about this vaccine mandate stuff and how it's going to affect us and what Swift is doing and all that sort of thing. And basically, we just wanted to get on here and have a little discussion about it. If you guys have any questions, if anyone's here, awesome. If not, we'll just put some information out and you guys can comment on down there in the comments below. If you're watching this after the live, that's cool. If you're not already subscribed, hey, please do so if you wouldn't mind. That'd be awesome. It helps us out quite a bit. And yeah, that'd be cool. So just hit that subscribe button, click on the little notification icon, and that way when we go live or produce other videos that might help you out. If you like what you see, then hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out in the long term with YouTube's algorithms and all that technical crazy stuff. But yeah, so we're here tonight. It's not one of our normal nights. It's a Saturday night, 9/11/21 at 9 p.m. We're going to have a little chat about like I said, the vaccine mandate and how it should affect us as contractors. And one of the first things I'll say about it is right now in the wording that I've read, it honestly, look, I'm not going to get into a discussion about should you get vaccinated, should you do this, should you do that. I'm speaking about this from a strictly business standpoint and how this mandate's going to affect you, or you the individual independent contractor, and that sort of thing. So that's what we're here for. It's not a political debate. Hey, we can have those elsewhere or whatever. I mean, if you guys want to talk about that stuff, knock yourselves out. Seems a little daunting and stressful at times. So why get into that here? Let's talk about the business side of it. So the vaccine mandate, and one of the more important and first things to talk about is it only affects companies in a size of more than 100 employees. I only know of one off the top of my head that's contracted to Swift Transportation that has more than 100 employees. I don't think they're subscribed to our channel. That's cool. But I pretty much think the majority of us are 1, 2, maybe 5 or 6 employees at best. There's a couple that maybe have 10 or 15. That's still not 100. So how many employees does your company have? Mine has 2, myself and Rosie. We are the only W-2 employees of Dirt Dart Express Transportation out of Florida. And so, honestly, this mandate's not really going to affect me. Does it affect Swift? Yes, it does. But there's an awful lot of things that have to happen before that actually goes into effect. So it's going to take some time. There's going to be court challenges and all that stuff. Swift even managed to put out a statement about it on the portal. If you haven't already seen that, I'm going to touch on that in just a second. I'll read it to you. I'm not going to actually print it up on the screen because it'll take up too much space. And I like my pretty face up here. So yeah. So anyhow, well, let's get into the specific of what Swift said, and this is their letter, and it reads: Swift team, you may have heard about the president's recent announcement about vaccine testing mandates for private employers. We wanted to make sure that you understand that nothing has changed about our current company policy. Specifically, while we encourage people who are able to become vaccinated, we do not require anyone to be vaccinated in order to report to work. It is also important to know that there are several procedural steps which must occur before the proposed mandate would take effect. To start, OSHA has to write the language of the mandate that employers would be asked to follow. This step is not yet complete and is anticipated to take some time. In addition, court challenges to the mandate are expected. These typically force any new proposed regulation to be paused while the challenge runs its course through the judicial system before any changes take effect. Please know that we are monitoring the process and we will provide additional information as developments occur, but there will be no changes to the current policy at this time. So again, there's some magic words in there. Their policy, we're not subject to policy. We are subject to contract. If anything changes for us, it has to be done through, at the very least, a contract addendum. So again, more time, more things have to happen. And yeah, so I mean, it really isn't going to affect us all that much right now. And we've seen an awful lot of people and a lot of discussions in a lot of these Facebook groups and that sort of thing where people are up in arms and they're, on edge. They're not sure what's going on. Some are just like, screaming and yelling and waving their arms and stomping the ground. And it's honestly not probably going to affect them because, our audience is the majority single truck owner operators. And that doesn't fall under that mandate because, at least at this point, mandate says employers of over 100 employees, and most of us don't fit that mark. So I don't think it's going to be a huge thing, and so I just don't think it's something that we need to worry about at this point. I mean, we should absolutely keep an eye on it. And again, not going to get into what you should do vaccine wise. I will say that I did get vaccinated and I did it under protest. And I was like, I'm not getting a dang vaccine. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. And then my wife said, hey, I'm going to get the vaccine so I can be able to hang out around my, her father, who's, older dude. And our nephew down in Tampa, who can't get vaccinated. And she was worried about, maybe taking it to him or her father. And so she decided she was going to get vaccinated. And so I decided to get vaccinated simply because if the vaccine killed her, I wanted it to kill me too. Honest to God, that's why I got it. However, recently I did get the Rona. And yeah, I can tell you that, having been vaccinated and we believe we had it before in early 2020, didn't get tested then because Florida wasn't real keen on testing people and they didn't really want to know. And especially we're in a tourist area, we could not get a test to find out. Hey, Ken, good to see you, buddy. But we couldn't get a test to save our lives back then. They just simply said, oh, you got the flu, but wouldn't give us a flu test. Then they said, oh, you got pneumonia, but wouldn't check us for that. They're just like, whatever, that's fine. But yeah, so having the vaccine and possibly the rabid Rona before, that we thought we were dying from, made this round of the Rona not so bad. And I can tell you that for us, it was basically, we had a little bit of a cold. My son was in the house. He had the Rona, not vaccinated, and thought he was dying. And he was down for, a good 21 days, and we were out of work for 26. And so, yeah, again, it was our choice. It was Rosie's choice to do what she did, and my choice was made based on, like I said. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and knock anybody who doesn't have the vaccine and doesn't wear a mask or all that stuff. I'm just asking people, hey, think about your choice and how it affects you, how it affects those around you and your loved ones and things like that, and then make a decision. And you know what? Live your life and you do you. Other than that, I mean, the it just the mandate stuff I don't think is a huge issue for us. Like I said, right now, being that it pertains to employers over 100 people. Again, I'm retouching this stuff for anyone who's coming in a little bit later. And so, yeah, I just don't think we have to. Excuse me. I don't think we will focus. Focus. There we go. Wow, that threw me off. That made my eyes hurt. But yeah, so it really isn't going to affect us a whole lot. I mean, we should, of course, be paying attention to it and being mindful of how it's going to affect things. And here's a weird sort of way to look at it. There's going to be a lot of people who simply will not go do the weekly testing that would be required by this mandate if they do not get vaccinated. And from a business standpoint, those of us who are out here running our businesses and that sort of thing, there's going to be a glutton of freight out on the market. I'm just saying, hey, make lemonade out of lemons, right? So yeah, I don't really have much more beyond that today. I just want to get that out there so we had something out there in the open and we could have a discussion. And if you're here live and you have questions, great. If you're watching this on the replay and you want to leave comments and start a discussion that way, I say awesome. Mr. Net, he says, let's show that up there. So, hey, Charlie, ride with me. Oh, ride with me. Duh, my bad. Hey, buddy. Hey, I've been vaccinated as well. A friend of mine is a doctor recommended it since I have COPD. Hey, that's cool. Let me ask you, how did the vaccination go? Did you have any of those crazy side effects? I know Rosie had like the crazy Rona flu that night for about 4 hours. It was crazy because it like started at, it was like 9 o'clock And at 1 a.m. sharp, it stopped. It was the craziest thing. We couldn't understand it. And for me, it was the next day I woke up with just terrible back pain and a raging headache for most of the day. I took some naproxen for the back. It went away. The headache was gone about 3/4 of the way through the day. So yeah, wasn't so bad for us. I mean, I know other people that had 3 days of not happy times, and you know what? I get it. That sucks. And other people that have reasons for not getting it, medical, philosophical, whatever. Yep, that's the one I did, the J&J, and it was pretty awesome. Nice. Slept for 18 hours. Yeah, so Robert Mead said that he got the J&J and all he did was sleep for about 18 hours. So there you go. Different effects for different people. Not trying to push anything, just trying to share some experiences. I've heard some horror stories out there, and I get it. Those suck. Don't get me wrong. And hey, you guys got to do what you got to do, and I get that, and I respect your right to make those decisions. But like I said, I just ask that people, when making those decisions, understand that it may not only be you're affecting. Yep, Ken Kelly said he took the one and done, had no problems at all. So I hear more of those stories personally from people that I actually speak to. I hear a lot of stories that say, well, my friend took it and they were deathly ill from it. And it's like they had the full blown Rona for 3 years. And I'm exaggerating, of course. I'm just being a little facetious here, poking fun because it's fun sometimes. But, they're saying that, these horrible stories that someone they know or a friend of a friend, and that they're basing their decision on that. And hey, if that's where you're going to choose to do things, have at it. It's your world. I'm just along for the ride, trying to help spread some news to help your business do better. That's what we do here at Swift Contractors Corner, trying to help all of us do a little bit better and run a better business. And part of that sometimes falls into stuff like this, where we need to start making some choices about our health. Health on the road is one of our number one issues, honestly. We get sick, we can't drive. We can't drive, don't make money. Don't make money, we lose our trucks, lose our houses, cars, all those wonderful things. In a rough situation, lose your wife, kids, whatever. That's just crazy talk. But, I can't even imagine that, honestly. But hey, seriously, your health is an important thing. You're going to need to make choices to take care of yourself. And, I've said it in other places, if you're adamant about not getting vaccinated and wearing a mask and maintaining distance from people, and you do get sick, while I feel for you because I've been through it, the illness itself, uh, it's hard for me personally to say, "Oh, poor guy." Sure is a shame, I really feel for you, but there's steps you might have been able to take to prevent some of that, and that's all I'm saying, man. Is take care of yourself. Look at the people around you, and think about how those things affect you guys. Hey, SKC 1216. Hey, I appreciate you and what you do, even though I don't know your real name, but that's cool. So yeah, I dig it. I like it. Look at that. Look, got a little shout out, a little thank you. We appreciate those guys. We really do. We don't take them lightly. I know I make light of them sometimes, but I appreciate everyone that actually takes a little time to pop out here and hang out with us and listen to me ramble from time to time, and kind of get up on my soapbox every now and then. I try to not soapbox too much. Uh, Robbie said, I spent a month in California at the end of 2019 and started 2020, a whole month of January down with it. What I believed to be COVID-19, thought I was dying. Yeah. So February 2020, I gotta quit moving. I keep making the focus go crazy. February 2020 is when Rosie and I got super sick, right? We were on a trip from Florida to the Northwest, Portland, Astoria to be more precise. We flew up through Chicago, down into Central California, uh, tapped a bit in Seattle, and then finally landed in Portland. We were there for a wedding, which was awesome. And towards the end of that, we started getting some pretty crappy symptoms. And then we had to fly home honestly still not even thinking about the coronavirus crap, and we got on a plane and went about our business. And I mean, we were on the plane. I mean, literally, like I wanted to cry, not even joking. Like, I mean, there was a couple of moments where I broke, you know what I'm saying? And when we landed in Tampa, we still had to drive 2 hours home. Let me tell you about my drive home. The entire way home, my back hurt so bad. My body ached so horribly that all I wanted to do was pull over on the side of this 589 toll road that looked so cool and hard and comforting. I just wanted to pull over and lay flat on the road. And I promise you, had I done that and made that mistake, I would not have been able to get up again, because when I got home that night, I hit the bed and I only got up to hit the head for the next 15, 16, 17, 18 days, something like that. That's the only thing I can muster the energy to do, was, struggle my way into the head to handle that business. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it was a rough deal. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I don't want anyone to get sick. I don't want anyone to be feeling like that. I recently lost someone very dear to me to this illness. And the people that say things like, oh, it's just a bunch of hype and all that. Well, I can tell you that from my own personal experience, this amazing woman that I like to call mom lived next door to me. Uh, Showed her first symptoms on a Tuesday, real mild, just looked like a cold. On Wednesday, she was going to be making me a bunch of banana bread, and I was like, awesome, because I love her banana bread. And she makes it special for me with no walnuts, and she makes everybody else in the family wait until after I get mine with no walnuts, and then she makes it with the walnuts, and and then Wednesday afternoon, she's like, I'm just not feeling good. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I'm like, oh, it's all good. I understand. It's cool. On Thursday, she was taken out of the house in an ambulance after she fell in the bathroom because she was so weak. On Friday evening, they told us that they didn't believe she would make it through the night. Saturday night, she was brain dead. Sunday morning, her heart stopped at 10:48. So it progressed for her that quickly. She's 84 years old. So yes, she's had some years and she had some health problems, and she refused a ventilator. And I understand why she did that. I get it. Again, choices we all make, and those are choices we have the right to make. And I will defend your choice to make that choice. I have no problem with that. Please don't put me at risk. Don't put my grandchildren at risk. Don't put those I love at risk. That's all I'm asking for. Try to take care of your people. Try to take care of the people around you. Take care of each other. And you guys, if yeah, I'm not going to get all soppy. That's as deep as I can get, guys. Hey, if you guys have any other questions, hey, I appreciate Robbie. Thank you so much, buddy. And, if you guys have any other questions, I'm here for them. If not, we'll wrap this thing and just call it good, just as a quick information type deal. I've actually rambled 18 minutes already. It's pretty crazy for what I came on to do. And, if you guys have any questions, throw them at me real quick. I'll give you a minute to type something if you want to. If not, we'll call it a wrap, and we will see you Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern for our weekly, our weekly fuel surcharge update and scheduled discussion. I still don't know what this week's topic is going to be, but I will come up with one that I think is important to us. And, yeah, I'm really digging the support you guys have been showing us. And I know this was short notice, so I appreciate you guys popping out. And those of you who are watching us on the replay, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm sorry I didn't give you more notice and you guys couldn't get into the live. If you had any real questions, but throw them in the comments, and, you comment, thumbs up. If you like this video, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up down there on, do it right now. Do it right now. Hit the thumbs up. If, there's something you don't like about these videos, let us know. Honest to God, we will, we like the feedback, positive or negative, come at us. If I don't like this, but come at us with a solution. Maybe you could try this instead. That would make us happy, because we don't like people griping about problems without offering a solution. Even if it's a bad solution, then at least you're putting some effort into it, and you're not just out there stomping your feet and banging your head on the wall and screaming at the heavens, because that does no good. People listen to you, and you can get a dialogue going if you say, hey, I don't like this, but why don't we try that? hey, that gives that person the ability or the option to say, hey, you know what? I like that idea. Maybe we could do that. Or, hey, we thought about that and we don't like that idea, but this is what we're going to do. And we appreciate your thought and your input. So again, you like what we're doing, you like this kind of stuff, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up on these videos. It really helps us with the algorithm, and it helps us reach more people that may not know about the channel and that sort of thing. Please subscribe and all that wonderful stuff, and I'll quit with that now. And hey, Robbie, by any means, throw a PM whenever you want. Hit us up on Facebook or here, whatever you want to do. Hit me up on Facebook, and I'll toss you my number. You can text me direct if you want to do it that way. And trip planning and freight lanes. That's one we're going to work on, Ken. That's actually a good topic. It's one we're going to work on. It's a little more involved sometimes, and so yeah, we're going to have to put a little time into that one. And definitely on our list of things to do. We've got a few that are like that. I know Jeff's wanting to talk about paying off a truck real soon. That's going to be awesome. He's going to sounds like he's going to start having a schedule that will allow him to pop onto our Tuesday videos a little more frequently. So that'll be cool. You'll have both of our smiling faces up here. And yeah, it'll be awesome. We can start having these better discussions and more opinions than just mine vocally. And keep an eye out there on the groups. Swift Contractors Corner on Facebook is a private group for anyone that's not aware of it. If you are a verifiable contract operator at Swift Transportation, throw a group join request up. We will answer the questions. We will verify your status as a contracted individual at Swift Transportation. We'll get you in the group, and right now it's a little over 110 people, I think, something like that. And it's a good group of people. We have a Facebook page as well that's open to the world, Swift Contractors Corner. It's just a page, and there's some basic info on there. And yeah, we thank you guys for coming out and spending a couple minutes with us on a Saturday night. I know you're busy. I hope you're staying safe. Hope you're making miles this week. And for us, it's midweek for us. So don't give up the hustle yet, fellas. I know, Ken, you're going home here pretty quick if you're not already there. And yeah, enjoy your time. Be safe. Take care of each other, you guys. And we will definitely see you next time on Swift Contractors Corner. Thanks for coming out, guys. You're all awesome.